Full name, date of birth.
Brian Todd Romero, 11.
All right, Mr. Romero, you're here on two separate cases out of Tolleson Municipal Court. You failed to pay a fine on a shoplifting conviction on a case that started in May of 2018. This warrant was issued on January 24th with a $500 bond. Your next court date in this matter will be July 22nd at 8:30 in Tolleson Municipal Court. The second case that you have out of Tolleson is a DUI, apparently a conviction for driving under the influence. It was in January of 2022. That warrant was issued at the same time the last warrant was, January 24th, with a $1,000 bond. Next court date, July 22nd at 8:30.
After you're done?
Huh?
Can I speak after you're done?
Sure. Go ahead.
So I was not aware of that warrant because I did not receive. I don't know if there was an OSC issued out, because the last time they issued an OSC or order to show cause, I went and showed it to my court date. Okay, so if there was one, I saw on my door card that it was issued on January 2024. So I didn't know, and I'm assuming that there was one sent out, but I never got it in my mail. I have a good address. Now I'm actually here because I self-surrendered for a plea agreement that I started with Buckeye to do work release. That's what I'm here for. I turned myself in last night to do 2 weeks. I've already paid money towards it. I thought I completed all the hurdles to make sure that I came in here. There was nothing pending. So,
and we don't get, for the city courts, we don't get the history that we get from the justice courts.
Right.
So, I mean, for the justice courts, I can click on the history of that, and I can see, like, the one guy that was in here, all the times he's been arrested before.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about your case except that it's been a long time
since
these warrants were issued. And you should, your next court date in this matter will be July 22nd. Will you still be in custody with your agreement on the 22nd?
Oh, I'm sorry?
The
work release?
deal that you worked out,
Uh-huh.
are you going to still be in custody on July 22nd?
With the work release program?
Oh, you're going to be on work release. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. See, what I'm requesting, because I'm here actually because to start my work, I self-surrendered last night.
And they found these.
These popped up. Yeah.
Right.
So what I was requesting is because these.
Where do you work?
Huh?
Where do you work?
Mueller Inc. I'm a lead contributor manager there for Big Perlin Machines. And
how long have you been employed?
I've been there for 2 years.
All right.
Yeah, and what I was requesting.
I'm going to modify the conditions of release in his case. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and have a seat back there. I'm going to take you at your word.
Yes.
And I'm going to, and I can't, this may very well be the first time you've been picked up on these. If it is, but I can't tell that from the history.
That's okay.
We don't get that. And I'm going to treat it as though the first time you've been picked up and release you on these misdemeanors on your own recognizance. Have a seat back there.
Thank you.
And we'll provide the new release order, all right?
So I got another question. So I'll be released on my own recognizance. Does that mean I can continue now forward with work release today?
Listen, you're still going to get a court date.
Yeah. I want the court date because
it may be a little later, but if you're going to be out and around where you can go and make court appearances.
Yes, because I'm well acquainted with Tolleson Municipal Court.
Yeah.
The payments are 50 cents. When I go see them, I talk, hey, Judge, hey, Brian, I just want to resume my payments, and they say, okay, and I resume my payments.
All right. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, and then your next court date will be July 29th.
July 20th? Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
so that'll give you some time, all right?
Yeah. Because I'll do it on or way before that date.
If you can do it.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, you call them and tell them what your situation is, and, hold on. All right.
Thank you very much, sir. This will be for both warrants, right?
Yes, both of them.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
All right.
Let me make sure I get the first one right. All right. All right.
Judge, do you need to see him back, or are you just going to OR that case?
Well, it's going to take us a minute to. I don't need him back in here.
Okay.
Daniel Vicente, and then it will be Stephen Mushinsky. Full name, date of birth, please.
Daniel Arredondo Vicente.
All right, you have been charged with criminal damage by defacement, a misdemeanor in Country Meadows Justice Court. You failed to pay, your last court appearance when this warrant was issued was July 10th with a $1,203 bond. This incident occurred all the way back in March of 2022. There's a statement from the victims here who sustained the damage to their vehicle by your conduct according to their version. I'm going to keep the $1,203 bond in place. Your next court date now will be in Country Meadows Justice Court, July 16th at 8:30. There you go. Your order is right over there. Stephen Mushinsky, then it'll be Angel Martinez. Full name, date of birth, please. And your full name?
Stephen Michael Mushinsky.
All right, you've been previously charged with aggravated assault on a police officer. That's a Class 5 felony. And an initial pretrial conference was scheduled for June 27th, and you didn't show up. What happened?
June 27th?
Yes.
I was shot in the head 5 weeks ago, and I was in that condition.
All right. Now I understand why pretrial services recommends that you be released on supervised release in this case. Your next court date will be July 22nd at 8:30 Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. The paperwork that shows why you missed that court date, you listening to me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You might make a copy of that and give it to your attorney at your next court appearance so he can explain to the judge why you missed a court date.
Okay.
In case something happens again. All right, there you go. Your order's right over there. Angel Martinez, and then it'll be Cody Spires.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Full name, date of birth, please.
Angel Ezekiel Martinez.
All right, you were arrested earlier today and charged with one count of each of the three misdemeanors. I'm going to tell you assault with intent to injure, a misdemeanor, criminal damage by defacement, a misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct by fighting, a misdemeanor. Pretrial services says that you are financially capable of hiring your own counsel. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance to appear in Goodyear Municipal Court on July 31st at 8:30. Conditions of your release include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or initiating contact with victims or witnesses, and if an order of protection is issued and you're served with a copy, you must comply with its terms. You understand?
Your Honor, this is my house.
Well, according to what I read, I think that it was your girlfriend's house you were at, correct?
This is my home. This is...
Is the victim living there?
It's my partner, yeah.
All right.
It's our house. I'm on the title. We got the house together.
Okay. All I can tell you is, in cases like this, it's not unusual for the owner of a house to be charged with a criminal offense on people who live there. And when that happens, the fact that you should not be able to have contact with these people supersedes the fact that you happen to own the place and make the mortgage payments. So as it stands, you're not to go back. This order can be modified for good reason at your next court date. But right now, you're not to go back to the house. And if you need to find another place to live, and you can contact local law enforcement for a civil standby to get what you need out of the house until your next court appearance. It'll be July 31st.
Your Honor, this is my home.
I know,
okay,
and you pay the rent or you
go
pay
about-
the mortgage. I don't care. You got charged with with injuring somebody. You committed a criminal offense on people in there, all right? And that supersedes the fact that you paid all these years,
I didn't assault anyone. There was no.
Well, I'm telling you what the police
that's,
report
I
says.
understand.
You wanna know what the police report says?
I understand.
You want me to read the police report to you?
You can.
What it says? Well, I'm just saying, I got a victim, okay. And I thought it was,
She pulled the gun.
I thought it
on
was
me.
her house,
She
by the
pulled the
way.
gun on me, and I called the authorities, and I ended up going to jail. How does that work?
Well,
I
you have
called.
a pretty good alibi. And then the person they described in here didn't do this, right?
Who has a good alibi?
Well, if you were at work, you couldn't have done what the police report says you did.
I'm not saying I was at work. This is at work. When I got home, I got in an altercation with my
All right.
girlfriend. Okay. And the words got
She says she
exchanged.
tried to hide in the bedroom.
She pulled the gun on me.
I listen,
left.
the whole explanation, her explanation is, and this is what the law enforcement said happened. She tried to hide in the bedroom closet. You followed her. She then got the gun from the closet and placed it by her side and held the gun with her right hand, and faced the gun downwards. That's when the defendant started saying, "I'm calling the cops," and the victim said, she tried to call 911, but you took the phone from her. Later, it was established that the defendant had committed assault after you were on top of the victim, and he was trying to remove the victim's phone from her purse because the victim was recording the defendant, causing the victim to get a purple lip that she had, and was trying to push the defendant off of her. And it's a little bit more of a story. I skipped a little bit, a summary above it about.
When she pulled the gun, I walked out the house and called the
Well,
cops.
listen, I think there's a minimum probable cause to believe that the officer was right in saying you should be charged with those offenses. Now, if you go back and there's no problem, I guess nobody's gonna know. But if you go back and
There's
the
a
police
problem.
are called, then there's a problem.
Yeah, I mean,
You're in violation of this order, but I'm not gonna change that right now, okay?
Okay, yeah, and I'm not in there with no malintentions or nothing. It is what it is. It's just like I need to go by out and get my tools for work, and I gotta.
What you can do is have somebody that's mutually acceptable to go by and pick up
So
your
like,
stuff.
let's say I send my mom or
Or
something.
don't go by yourself, or you can have law enforcement provide a civil standby while you get it.
So
But is
if-
there somebody that is mutually a friend or related to
Yeah,
you?
my mom could go, but what I'm saying
That
is,
can go in your behalf. and
yeah,
do
my
this.
mom could go, but
All right,
as
there
of
you go.
now, I can't live in my home. Like,
No, you're not, the only thing, this is a temporary
got you.
avoidance of more problems that is justified from a legal standpoint when somebody is charged with the kind of offenses you are, even if you're the only one that lives, even if it's your house solely.
That's fine, but
All right.
this is a situation. I got a gun pulled on me. I called the cops, you guys.
Well, why don't
Walked out.
you listen? Plus, anything you say here is being
That's
recorded.
fine.
So I wouldn't say
Okay, y'all have a
anything.
great day. Thank
You're
you.
being released, all right?
Thank you.
Unless you want to talk me out of releasing you. All right, Cody Spires. And then after Cody will be Devon King.
Good afternoon, Cody Spires.
All right, Mr. Spires, you are here because you were arrested, earlier today, charged with disorderly conduct by fighting. These are all 3 misdemeanors: assault with intent to injure, a misdemeanor, and unlawful imprisonment, a misdemeanor in this case. Pretrial Services says you're financially capable of hiring your own counsel. These being misdemeanors, you may not be entitled to have an attorney. It just depends. I'm releasing. You're also on felony probation.
Yeah,
All right, okay, well, let me finish.
I've been on.
Well, hold on, let me tell you what I'm gonna tell you.
Okay,
All right, what I'm gonna do is release you on your own recognizance on this new case, subject to supervision by your adult probation officer, okay?
okay,
All right. You're to contact your probation officer within 72 hours, and explain that he or she is responsible for supervising you on this new case. Your next court date will be July 30th at 8 a.m. in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Now, on the 2 probation it's term 1 violation, when you get arrested on new charges. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance in those matters also. Your next court date will, and the public defender's office is automatically appointed on probation violations, so you'll have counsel for those. July 19th at 8:30 in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, will be your next court date on those two matters. Two different court dates, all right?
Okay.
Court date, all right, there you go. You have a question?
Yes, I do.
What?
So, I'm gonna get released today.
Yes.
I'm gonna call my probation officer. I'll call her, in the morning or
No,
Monday.
well, tomorrow's Sunday.
Okay,
So I said,
I
within
just,
72 hours.
I was just worried about not getting released because of my probation but like, thank you.
It's all taken care of. You're being released on everything.
Thank you.
There you go. Devon King, and then it will be William Peacock. What made these people so riled up today, huh? Full name, date of birth?
Full name's Devon Aaron King.
All right, you, sir, have been cited in the jurisdiction of Goodyear Municipal Court for driving on a suspended or revoked license. You failed to appear at a court appearance on July 11th. They issued a warrant for your arrest. What happened?
I don't live with my dad, so I don't get mail. I didn't know it was suspended. I just gotten the license back, a month ago?
Well, if I release you, you know to show up now on the date I'm going to give you.
Yeah,
This is your first arrest on this. All right. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance to appear in Goodyear Municipal Court
Yes, sir.
July 31st at 8:30. And all that's written on the order you're going to get, all right?
Yes,
There you
sir.
go.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So regards to, I'm couch surfing.
You what?
I'm couch surfing right now. So technically homeless now that I don't have the car.
Yeah.
Regards to my mail, how can I receive mail?
I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I mean, but this date is cast in stone, okay? Make sure wherever you go, you don't lose this, and you show up on that date.
Okay.
Okay? And then, by then, maybe you'll have an address, change of address that's positive that you can give them in court, okay?
All right.
All right.
Anything, is there anything I need to provide, within that court date,
Well, the thing is, you were cited for driving on a suspended or revoked license. I assume the case has not been adjudicated yet.
Okay.
They usually will let you admit you violated it and just impose a sanction that you're given time to pay, especially if you're unemployed, okay?
Okay.
There you go.
I appreciate you, sir.
You bet.
Thank you.